Hello, my name is Vanessa Birdwell, and I will be presenting on PEMDAS. PEMDAS is a mathematical formula that I learned back, I believe, when I was in Algebra 1. And for some reason, it has stuck with me forever. So that anytime anybody brings up mathematical equations that are confusing or that have exponents, I automatically think of PEMDAS. And math was always interesting to me, but the formulas can be exhausting, and trying to figure out exactly what needs to go where and when you do what, and that's why PEMDAS was always extremely easy for me to remember. But one way that I was taught to remember the order of the letters was, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So this has always stuck with me, and I never get confused by the order of the letters. It's kind of like remembering the colors of the rainbow with Roy G. Biv. So this is something that I hope I can walk you through and show you examples, and by the end, this is something that maybe you will never forget, and one day you will be able to tell people about PEMDAS, also known as Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. So PEMDAS, like I said, is a mathematical formula, and it describes the order of operations in a mathematical equation. So if you were to look at the example that we have here, it's got 7 plus parentheses 6 times 5 squared plus 3 close parentheses. To any normal person coming into a math class, such as Algebra 1, that is an equation that you're sitting there going, wow, okay, what do I do first? And that's where PEMDAS comes in, because it tells you exactly what to do first, what order to do it in, and it helps you keep track of exactly what you're doing. So as we go on, we will be able to look at a few more examples to maybe help you with a few more different equations. So starting with the letter P. P means parentheses. The equation inside the parentheses is always done first. For example, take the following equation. You've got 6 plus parentheses 3 times 10 close parentheses. So if you follow PEMDAS, what you're going to do is your parentheses. 3 times 10, which is 30. So your equation is really 6 plus 30 equals 36. Next, you have E. E is for exponents. And an exponent is a mathematical notation that implies the number of times a number is to be multiplied by itself. So say you were to take 2 raised to the third exponent. What you're really saying is 2 times 2 times 2. So you take another example, just like the one we had on the first screen, and you take 3 times parentheses 5 squared plus 5, close parentheses. So what you're really saying is you do what's in the parentheses first, you follow the P, so you look at parentheses, and then you've got 5 squared, so you've got your exponent. 5 squared is 25. So what you're really saying is 25 plus 5 equals 30. So your equation is really 3 times 30 equals 90. So we've covered our P and our E. So now we've got our M and our D. I put these together because they typically go together. Multiplication and division, while they have an order in the PEMDAS equation or in the PEMDAS formula, they can be switched around. So it tends to go left to right, whatever symbol is first. So, for example, say you had 5 plus 5 times 3. Well, obviously your multiplication is going to come first, so you would do 5 times 3. So what you're really saying is 5 plus 15 equals 20. And then let's do one with division. And it's 5 plus 15 divided by 3. You're going to do your division. So 15 divided by 3 is 5. So you're really doing 5 plus 5 equals 10. So say you have them both, and you do 3 plus 5 times 3 divided by 3. So this is where you would use going left to right. So your first symbol is your multiplication, is coming before your division. So really what you're saying is 3 plus 5 times 3, which is 15, divided by 3. So now you've done your multiplication, so now you do your division. So really it's 15 divided by 3, which is 5. So your equation is really 3 plus 5 equals 8. So last but not least, you have your A and your S, which is addition and subtraction. Much like multiplication and division, these work the same way. They can be switched in and out, not necessarily how they are in order with the PEMDAS formula. So again, you will go left to right. So 5 plus 2 minus 3. Obviously, if you're going left to right, the first symbol that you see is your addition symbol. So you would do 5 plus 2, which is 7, minus 3 equals 4. So again, you can't concentrate too much on the order that the letters are in, because same with the multiplication and division, addition and subtraction can be twisted in and out, and you can do them depending on whatever symbol is first. So just to recap, we've got PEMDAS, P-E-M-D-A-S. Your P again stands for parentheses. E is for your exponents. M and D go together for multiplication and division, and A and S go together for addition and subtraction. So again, if you look at just the letters and you want to find a quick and easy way to remember those, what you could remember is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And just to give you one more example, I know this looks like a lot, and if you were to typically look at an equation like this, a lot of kids tend to really stress out because they just let the numbers get confusing. But if you will remember PEMDAS, you will know by looking at 3 times parentheses 5 plus 8 close parentheses minus 2 squared divided by 4 plus 3. You'll know that where do you start first? P, as in parentheses. So what you're really saying is 3 times 13 minus 2 squared divided by 4 plus 3. So we've done our P, so now we do our E, which is exponents. So your exponent is your 2 squared, which is 4. So again, your equation would be 3 times 13 minus 4 divided by 4 plus 3. So now you move on to your M and your D, your multiplication and division. Well, if you're going left to right, like we learned, you will do 3 times 13, which is 39. And then you move to your division, and you've got 4 divided by 4, which is 1. So your equation, in essence, becomes 39 minus 1 plus 3. And now you move to your A and your S, addition and subtraction. And if you are going left to right, you will see that your subtraction comes before your addition. So again, this is turned a little bit, and I know that it doesn't go in order, but you can intertwine those two and do subtraction first. So what you've really got is 39 minus 1, which is 38, plus 3 equals 41. So again, it was important to put a note here at the bottom that we subtracted the 1 from 39 because we went left to right instead of using addition before subtraction. So your correct answer to that equation is 41. So it's amazing when you use your PEMDAS how quickly you can turn that huge problem into just simple numbers. 39 minus 1 plus 3 equals 41. That looks a lot different than when you look at the parentheses and the exponents, the multiplication, division, addition. You can really, really simplify that problem. So I am hoping that you have learned something that you will be able to carry with you and one of these days help future generations by teaching them just a little bit of old school and how